Obviously, you guys have had a really great preseason, 13-1, we confirmed. How does it feel to both win your first conference game on the road by 40 and then come back and finish your preseason with the win at home?
Yeah, it feels pretty good. I feel like these games are all sort of just helping us prepare for like the battles that we have coming up. And like MC said, there's 17 Big 12 games. Like they're all going to be like gritty teams who are here to like knock us off. So I think having these kind of battles, even like Brown, like them coming in and playing so hard, I think that's definitely helping us prepare for what's to come. Yeah.
What has it been like finding your role with a team that's so talented?
I would say everyone in here, the coaches do a good job telling you what your natural God-gift talent is. So I think it's a little bit easier to understand what you're naturally good at and just owning that and realizing that you can just put your whole effort into those things. So I think that helps balance out with so much talent around. Everyone's able to shine in their own different ways.
Yeah, 100% everything Donna just said. Yeah.
You guys as defensive stalwarts have to kind of love a game like this where they weren't calling a ton of fouls, people weren't going to the line a lot. You kind of get the flow of that game early and just say, all right, we can really go for it.
Yeah, definitely. And I think like that's probably what Big 12 is going to look like. So I think like the refs letting us play through that like contact and everything like that, especially like for Sedona, like obviously they didn't have like really big posts, but like they were, like physical with her. So I think that's all helping us, coming up.
You guys have gone on the road a little bit, but opening Big 12 play before the break, going to Orlando, and then kind of making a statement win by 40. What does that kind of say about where you guys are? Are you peaking at the right time? How do you feel that you're prepared for this next 17-game stretch?
I mean, I think we've just set a good standard, whether we're on the road or we're at home. I think we do a good job with that game against UCF, setting the tone and realizing it doesn't matter where the court is or what state we're in, we're still going to play our basketball. So going into these next conference games, like I think no matter where we are, our team will still show up every single night. So.
Yeah, and MC really prefaced it before our UCF game that like winning on the road is always difficult. So I think we came in with that kind of like road warrior mentality. And yeah.
How have you both gotten to be so successful rebounding as guards and maybe not the traditional top rebounder?
I mean, I can speak. This girl's elite at it. Like, God-gift talent is rebounding. I would say I'm definitely improving on it. It's been brought up to me a lot more. I think as a guard, my job is with stopping ball, guarding the point guard. I never really thought about rebounding as much because I'm more focused on my person and trying to stop transition. So I think it's good for me to have players like her where it's like, oh dang, like I know Aggie's in there every single time, so she needs help. So us guards, like stepping up within rebounding, I think that's slowly clicking in my brain that I'm able to also go in for those rebounds, but she's always had that gift. So.
Donovyn, they always talk about defense as being like a want-to, but I was trying to really pay attention to your footwork today. The way that you catch up to someone in transition, cut people off, cut off the baseline. That's not just hustle, that's technique. Where did you kind of learn, or do you have a coach that kind of like bred that into you?
Yeah, if my dad's watching this, he'll find this funny. But my dad was very, very good with teaching me those things. He trained me all throughout my life. He was my main trainer, so I did a lot of ladders, a lot of footwork. I also have two brothers, so when I was doing defensive work, it was always guarding them, so I was able to get actual live reps on how to do the footwork part. But creds to my dad on that one for sure, and it helps a lot because whether my shots are falling or not, I know I can always rely on the defensive end. So.
And Aggie, I mean, I feel like every time you're at the podium, we ask you the same thing, but every game you're having 14 rebounds, 17 deflections, 2 hard fouls, like whatever it takes, right?
Yeah.
What is it in your mindset that just keeps you? I mean, even in games where you're performing at a high level offensively, just still getting in and being willing to do that dirty work.
Yeah, I think it's just like I've had it ingrained in me, like do whatever I can to help the team win. And I think like you said, sometimes there is those games where offense is really flowing for me, sometimes there's not, but I'm like Dono said, defense is something that she can always rely on. I think for me, like playing hard and like crashing O-boards, like getting down, getting on the floor, like those are things that I can always rely on regardless of how offense is going.
And Coach Campbell talked about, coaching you guys is almost like coaching a professional team because of how you just kind of come to work. But it also seems like you guys are having a lot of fun out there. Winning obviously is enjoyable, but just kind of what is this team chemistry like outside of, playing the right way, all those things, but it seems like you guys enjoy playing with each other.
I would say being one of the transfers, of the many transfers that came in, it helps having girls that were already on the team that are so personable and great people all around. So it makes it easier for us to come in, and off the court we're all very close. It's fun to be around them even when we're not on the court. So I think that translates onto the court. Everyone has their skills and everyone puts their own work on their off time. So I think overall all of us want the same goal, so it makes it really fun.
Yeah, and I think like there's not really like there's no egos within this group, so everybody kind of just wants to play for each other, win for each other, and they're just like a fun group of girls to be around. Yeah.
What is this time of year like for you guys when you don't have classes and it's just kind of basketball and live? Like maybe a positive thing.
Real answer, I love it. It's just nice to, there's student athlete, but we get to just do the athlete part right now. We get to fully lock in on basketball, come in more, and you don't have that extra stressor of school. So I'm definitely gonna soak in the time we have before school starts up again. But
do you have any like downtime activities? You binging anything good on TV? What?
I'm not.
No. Like previous years, I've like purchased like the AMC what's it called membership because like there's really like that's probably like the thing that I do in the off time, like go watch a bunch of movies. But yeah, like it'll be like practice, like stay and do a little bit like after practice, treatment, go home, have a nap, come back in the gym. So it's like being able to like get into the gym like without feeling like I gotta go home and like work on my thesis or something like that. Yeah.
Exactly.
Is there, I know we don't want to look ahead and take it a game at a time, but with just the Big 12 slate ahead of you, is there a game you have circled on your calendar or one you're really looking forward to?
Personally, I don't. I mean, I can't speak for the team. I don't know if anyone on the team has a game circled, but I'm just excited to play. Our team is really good with treating each team the same, whether it's a tough team or a lower team, I think we all show up, so personally I don't have. I'm just excited to play.
I wouldn't say like I necessarily have it like circled, but I think like Dono said, like all the teams like we're ready to compete with them. But I think obviously like Baylor is literally down the highway, so I think like that's in like from last year. Like obviously we have stuff that we want to like come back and like show. So yeah, I'd say probably that game. Yeah.
We had over 3,000 fans here today. That's never happened during holiday hoops.
Yeah.
Just how have you observed the passion for women's basketball develop here at TCU since you've been here?
I mean, I don't know what it was like last year, but it's cool. I even made a comment in warm-ups. I'm like, looks like there's a lot of people here today. But I think it's just a testimony to our team. When you start winning games, people start paying attention and they really want to support. And I think our group has done a good job making it fun to watch us. So it's coming into fruition. We're just playing how we normally play, not even thinking about how many fans are going to show up, because we know that each game that comes by, slowly but surely more and more comes. So I think it's just cool to have a fan base slowly build.
Yeah, and like having the opportunity to do things like autographs after the game, it's awesome to see like the kids, especially the young like women's basketball teams, and it's just awesome to know that we're like inspiring them to want to come to this level.
Exactly.
All right, anything else for these two? All right, thanks everyone. Merry New Year.
Thank you guys.